Hello, this is Tom Pritscher again with the part 2 of The Secret of Prediction and Resolution. And it's going to be a little bit of a summary tying some points together. Prediction and resolution. I'm reminded of the poem that I talked about earlier by Gertrude Stein called The Answer. And it goes something like this. I'm doing this from memory. The Answer by Gertrude Stein. The answer is that there is no answer. There never has been an answer. There never is going to be an answer. There never was an answer. Something like that. I screwed it up. And that's the answer. So the answer is that there is no answer, and you could put secret in there. The secret is that there is no secret. There never has been a secret. There never is going to be a secret, and that's the secret. Well, because it's not out there, and we've talked about this before, about secrets. And my goal here, I guess you might say, no, it's not a goal, but I don't think anybody can really be told anything. You have to do it for yourself, be it for yourself. You have to practice this for yourself and figure it out for yourself. So I'm giving clues, and it's I'm trying to make a little bit interesting in the sense of, it's not a game, but you could approach it like a game. There's a clue here and a clue there and a clue there, and then you find the pot of gold. And so we all have these unresolved trauma, unresolved stress, and we turn it into gold. And okay, before I get to prediction, Rumi, another one of my favorite poets, has a poem. I even wrote this down so I didn't screw it up. Now this is by Rumi. Out beyond the ideas of right doing and wrongdoing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. Isn't that beautiful? Out beyond the ideas of right doing and wrongdoing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. Well, that's that sacred place I was talking about. And then your intention out of sacred place is not the intention of your small u, small s self, because that small s self is not real. It's made up. Yes, it makes up your reality, and but it's not the truth, because it's all symbols. And I've talked about this before. I'm just saying it a little bit differently all the time, so you put it together in a little bit of a different way. From the unresolved trauma, you naturally want to resolve it. Resolution, resolve. And the mind makes up something to put it all together again and to make it okay. But it really can't do it from that level of the unresolved trauma or from the level of the limited conditioned mind. And so we've talked about that before. We're going to talk about it again. And so prediction, those poems that point to the sacred place, when Rumi says, out beyond the ideas of right doing and wrong doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. What a beautiful description of sacred place. And prediction. That sacred place is a place of prediction or meta-hermeneutics. Gertrude Stein is very, very interesting to me too. And I know some of you, now I'm going to jump around a little bit because that's just the way this works. You go from this clue to that clue, and it sort of becomes a meta-hermeneutical circle, but I guess it's really a spiral then, isn't it? Where does it spiral to? Okay, in the last one, I talked about there is just peace. And, that's a hard one for people to comprehend, because look at the world today. You say there is just peace. But I'm talking about in that sacred place, beyond the ideas of right doing and wrong doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. That's that place of peace we talked about. The secret of peace. That sacred place is a place of non-duality that we extend ourselves from. We bring that into the world, into every moment, and into every person. And that becomes our practice, I guess you say, as opposed to the making up something in your mind that becomes your made-up reality and your false self or ego. And from that sacred place, that extension is you're whole. That's the healing, becoming whole. And so I'm just offering some things to reflect on with the part one and some of the previous videos. I talked about soma, and I know some people are going to have questions about soma. See, in these videos, I try to keep them under 10 minutes so they fit on YouTube, but it's so hard to do, and you superficialize so many deep things. And that's okay, because I'm just trying I'm not trying to do anything, but I hope that this inspires you to go on and learn on your own. And I'm just trying to point you in the right direction so you don't miss the mark, so to speak. Soma, we talked about soma, and there's somatic meditation therapy. That's the first step. That deals with the resolution of unresolved trauma, like the New Year's resolution or resolutions that people make, and intentions. Okay. Soma has to do with the divinization of matter. So, we talked about catastrophe and the value of catastrophe. Well, what do you think the Big Bang was, or creation in that sense? A Big Bang, a very big catastrophe, boom. And out of that boom, consciousness was created, though. That's the positive side of it. And consciousness, in order to get back to that real healing or the wholeness, made up the mind, made up concepts. And concepts are the content of consciousness, and consciousness, mind makes up concepts. When you refine consciousness, akin to the alchemical process, or of going deeper where the bubble is smaller that I talk about, that's where the soma is realized in our body. Not just the physical body. We have an emotional body, an intellectual body, an energy body, which is the deeper levels, is the light body. And I covered catastrophe theory way too quickly. I just wanted to get to make the relation that stress and trauma that I've talked about so much before is not bad, but we label it bad when it's controlling our lives. But when we recover from trauma, stress, when we resolve them, resolution, resolve, we get stronger. Catastrophe is a big trauma. So when we recover from catastrophe, we really become whole. So catastrophe is not a bad thing, because it enables us to recover, to resolve it, and that's the resolution that I have for you. And I'd like to refer back to Gertrude Stein's poem, The Answer. There is no answer. Well, there is no resolution, because there is no separation. There is just that one power. That's why I said there is only peace, because what we have made up in our minds as separate is due to the unresolved trauma, and it's unreal. So that's the resolution for you, is that, as I said before, the job has been done. And this teaching is at the basis of all spiritual traditions, all religions, is that oneness with God, the non-duality, the unity, and that's the field that we want to meet at and extend that metaphor beyond light, see through the appearance to the presence in every person, every situation, every moment, and that's a pretty good thing. So again, we've covered too many things, so many things, not too many. We've covered so many things so quickly, and the answers to some of the questions that come up, and I know I'm just raising questions, and that's good, because you have to do it for yourself. I can't tell you anything. That's why there are no secrets. There never have been any secrets, because it's there inside of yourself. It's not a secret. It's just that you haven't gotten to that sacred place. You haven't learned the language of the secret, and it has to do with prediction. And the prediction is out beyond the ideas of right doing and wrong doing. There is a field. I'll meet you there. I will meet you there.